I agree. I totally agree. I mean, I never go back to them. I always say I'm going to, but I never ever seem to go back to them. So I think being on here live and just feeling the energy of the team, this is where it happens, right? Like, we don't necessarily have the option of getting together all the time in person because we obviously don't live close by, a lot of us. So feeling this energy through, you know, how we can do this virtually is pretty awesome. So I do feel like calls are really, really important. I can almost see the people that are successful are usually the people that are getting onto this stuff live. And with the National Wake Up Call as well, I know it's not a great time for a lot of people that are working. So that's something that I often listen to, not live, but it's important to listen to that call. That is like a non-negotiable for me. I do not miss the National Wake Up Call ever. And what I do is I used to listen to it when I drove to work. So I would listen to half of it on the way there, half of it on the way home. And now I listen to it when I'm doing my music or doing my makeup or my hair or whatever. So anyways, okay. Anybody else have any shout outs?
I'll just do a quick one just because I see her on the call today. So Angela, I see you. Hi. So just one second, just a second. Angela has been a coach for a couple months now, and she just sort of in the last couple of weeks has really decided to jump in, and she's chatting with people and going out of her comfort zone. And, you know, she's got a couple of Success Club points on the board, and she's in it, and she's here on the call. So she has 4 now. So I'm so happy to see her on the call. And yeah, just kind of, it goes to show you that you can like relaunch your business at any point, right? Like if you've been kind of dabbling for the last little bit, it doesn't mean that you aren't going to be successful because you didn't start out successful. Like you can start anytime.
Cool. That's awesome. Congratulations, Angela. That's great. And thanks for joining us today. So I have a couple shout outs. First, I'm going to shout out someone that isn't even on our team, but she is become a great friend of mine. And Heather, talk about relaunching your business. You are killing it. So I just wanted to shout you out. I love that you come and join us. For anyone that doesn't know Heather, she is from my team, so Team Rise Up, and she's one crazy girl, but we connected really well in Takana, even though she's a partier and I'm super boring. We met together in the middle of the day before I went to bed. But she has just, you know, really taken off since Punta Cana, and I'm just super proud of you. I mean, everything you're doing is so awesome. So congratulations to you. And big, huge, gigantic shout out to Megan, who is number 32 in Canada. That is such a humongous deal. I'm obviously so proud of her. She's done so well. But what I want you guys to know is, you know, she's no different than any of you guys. And she's not doing anything differently. She maybe is doing it more consistently. But any of you guys could be where she is. There's not one person on this call that could not be there. It's just getting yourself into those activities every single day and doing them consistently. That's all she's done. She doesn't do anything different. So I want you all to know that you could be there. What I have a little bit of a challenge too. Next month, June, they're now showing us the top 100 in Canada. And my guess, I didn't have time to ask Jake, but my guess is there is a lot of you that are right at the cusp of that 100 mark. I want to see some more fit names in that top 100 because I don't think that's a big, huge stretch from what you're already doing. I am going to ask Jake and see if he'll tell Jake's story. He's a guy from corporate who we get to chat with, and I want to ask him how close some of you are because I have a feeling there's a couple of you that probably were right on the edge this month. So big shout out to her, and I just want you guys to all believe that you guys could be there too. You know, it's very, very achievable. So, okay, I'm going to get started. I have recorded. I did that.
Michelle, I think that we just need to shout you out because you're number 10 in Canada, and I don't think that should go unnoticed at all. So huge congrats to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I know that a lot of people don't really understand the point and how it all works, but it's really because of you guys. I mean, of course, I do the same stuff that you do every single day, but the reason Megan's at 32 and the reason I get to be at 10 this month is because of you guys. It's the activities that you guys do that make our team get to that position. It really is not me by myself. I could not be there without all of you. So I'm super grateful for all the work and all the heart and all the hustle that you guys put in every single day. I know you're doing it because you're trying to work and build your own future business. I know that's why you do it. But the amazing thing about being a part of a team like this is we do all each other. And as you guys grow your organizations, you're going to feel that too, that the people that you bring on and then the people that those people bring on, we become one big family and we work towards our goals together. And that's why this is not a pyramid scheme. This is not me at the top of the hill collecting all the money and not doing anything. Like, we're all working together all the time to help each other get to our goals. So thank you, Megan. Thanks a lot. I hate all those shout out things, but thank you very much. And thanks to all you guys. So today I wanted to talk about recruiting coaches, because I know we spend a lot of time talking about challenge groups, running really great challenge groups, which is super important. I'm just going to mute everybody here. And if you have a question, just pop on. This isn't school. You don't have to raise your hand, just pop on. Okay, so we talk a lot about challenge groups and running effective challenge groups and, getting Success Club and selling challenge packs and all that stuff. And that is all where our business starts. That is 100% where our business starts. But to get yourself to places like number 32 and making a bigger income, you have to grow your team. And something that I regret not doing earlier was growing my team and focusing more on getting women or helping women change their life sort of in a bigger way. I was really good at helping women start their health and fitness journey and supporting them through that and helping them lose 20 pounds. And then it sometimes just ended there. And I wish in my first year of coaching, I would have realized that the real results, the lifestyle changes, the lifelong results happen when people join your team. That's when people keep the weight off. People change their life in such a way like I did. I was feeling unfulfilled and coaching came into my life because I wanted to lose weight, and everything trickled down. And now look I'm retired from something that wasn't fulfilling me anymore. I was able to build a new home and all that jazz. So your life can change as a coach. So maybe you're starting people out and supporting them through that health and fitness journey, but are you taking them to the next step? Are you actually helping change their life? And that is like this golden ticket we have inside of our challenge groups. I think our team is really good at running challenge groups. And if you're not, go to my YouTube channel and grab some videos, because we've got tons of them about challenge groups. Reach out to your upline, get into a challenge group. If you're feeling uncomfortable about running your own, you're not sure what you should be adding, like what kind of value you should be adding, reach out to myself, reach out to your upline, and just ask to be popped into one of our groups. I know, Michelle, you just did that with me. She was feeling a little bit like off track in her challenge group. So she said, could I just pop in and see what your groups are like? For sure, pop in. And now she has some new ideas. So that's the way to, feel more comfortable with those challenge groups. I think we're really, really good at that. Where I think we're lacking is converting those challengers into coaches. I think that's where we all feel really a little bit uncomfortable. And I don't know why, because coaching is where the life changes start. I 100% guarantee my weight would be all back on if I had not started coaching. Beyond all the other amazing things that have happened in my life, I would be 80 pounds heavier. I guarantee you that. Like, there's no question. So even just the accountability of coaching makes this a really awesome decision for people. In your challenge groups, you have to create a vision. You have to cast that vision early on. You have to start creating that coach life right inside the challenge group. It's easy to talk about health and fitness. That's what we're all doing. We all do the 21-day fix. We know our containers. We know all that stuff. And that's important to share. But it's also important to share the things that we're doing as coaches and encouraging our challengers to do the same. I encourage personal development in my prep week. That has been a game changer in my challenge groups, because getting these women, like, everyone can eat healthy for 21 days. Well, even some of them can't even do that. And everyone can exercise for 21 days, but it's the mindset that changes things. And often getting them into some personal development is going to help them get to that health and fitness goal first. But it's also prepping them. It's giving them our first vital behavior, personal development, every single day. I always suggest a book, a personal development, right in the beginning to everyone on a whole in the challenge group. But I also, in my private messages, ask the question, what are you going to read? What are you going to read for this challenge? What book have you decided to read? Right now, I'm suggesting Mastering Your Mean Girl. Is that what it's called? Mastering Your Mean Girl? Yeah. I always did The Compound Effect, which, to be quite honest, isn't my favorite book, but it's a great starting book. It's such a great book for a new coach, for a challenger, just for life, right? That everything compounds over time. So I would still, my 3 top ones would be for challengers: The Compound Effect, Mastering Your Mean Girl, or You Are a Badass. So those would be the 3. And depending on where your challenger is, I suggest specific ones for each person. Like, You Are a Badass is maybe not the best one for some people, right? Like, it's full of the F-bomb. For me, it's awesome, but for some people, it's maybe not. So I always kind of have those 3, but I always talk to my challengers about that, because it starts creating and casting that vision of what we do as coaches. I don't want you to discount your discount coaches. I can tell you, every single leader on my team told me, well, except Darlene. Darlene was a whole different situation. But really, when I go back to our first message, Darlene, it was kind of the discount. Like, we talked about that. So every single one of my leaders started as a discount coach. They all started telling me they did not want to coach. They wanted nothing to do with it. And here they are, all diamond coaches now. Don't discount your people in your free groups. If I see someone in my free groups killing it, like posting, we're doing 3-day refresh right now, which isn't necessarily free, but it's a short little stint. There's 2 people in there that posting every day, posting all their pictures. I've already talked to them. I've already said, oh my God, you're so awesome. You should be doing what I do. Cast the vision, plant the seed early. Because your discount coaches, even if they love Shakeology and you've offered them the discount, you get them into our team page, you start encouraging them and believing in them and sharing your personal development and sharing all that stuff we do as coaches, they start wanting more of it. They love the culture. They love how they're feeling in more ways than just their health and fitness. And that's when then they want to start. All of a sudden they'll reach out to you and say, I have a friend that might want to do this, and maybe I should do my Web8 form and I could get the commission, and that's how it starts. It maybe doesn't go really quickly, but your discount coaches are often the ones that will be the leaders on your team. I feel that what we need to start thinking about, and Megan and I are transitioning into this month, is creating perma challengers. And your discount coaches are exactly that. And I made this mistake in the first year. I would get people signed up for this discount, and then I would completely forget about them. It was like they signed up as a coach and I forgot about them. And that is like the stupidest thing to do. If you have someone that wants the discount, they love Shakeology, you need to treat them like a king and queen, because that's probably most likely going to be your top coach. If you create like that perma challenger, you instill belief in them, you give them the vision of what we do and why this can be a lifestyle change forever, that they don't have to go back. You want to support them so much. Keep them in your challenge groups. Keep reaching out to them all the time. Just let me get here my notes. I'm all over the place this morning. So some of the things that
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
For a second.
Yeah, Jana. Yeah, go ahead.
I have. I don't know if I'm going to cut out here. It's crappy at the trailer, but I have a coach, a discount coach that I cannot get a hold of. She kind of just dropped off the face of the planet. I don't know really what to do. I've messaged her. I've emailed her. I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah. That happens. It's funny how people can literally drop off the planet. And they do. You know what? She's not ready for something, right? Like, she's signed up with you. Maybe who knows? It happens. Just put her on your follow-up list, like every 3 weeks, maybe reach out to her. Don't worry about it. Like, there's some people that just, for some reason, they just drop off. And they might come back. Like, I have coaches that have done that, and I just leave it alone, and then all of a sudden they come back to me. I check in every once in a while, but yeah, like Megan said, just work with the willing. My biggest tip is all that energy right now that you're expounding on her, take that to find some new coaches, because she's just not at the same place as you right now. So go love on your current challengers. Go spend that energy on your current challengers or the people that you're helping to get into your challenge group, and use that energy on them. Don't worry about someone that isn't ready or isn't at the same place as you. Just let it out of your mind. Put them on your follow-up list for 3 weeks, and just like a short, hey girl, just checking in. Like, I do that all the time. Just checking in, like, no pressure. And sometimes that gets back. Like, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Okay, so we know in our challenge groups you want to mold these people as coaches. So PD is so important. Use PD. Ask them about their personal development. We're starting this new, because I feel like 21 days is such a short period of time, Megan and I are going to start running quarterly groups. So we're only going to have a challenge group start every quarter, because we feel like, and this totally aligns with the All Access Pass, because we want to support them forever. It's no longer just 21 days, have a great time, we'll see you later. It's all about supporting them forever. And you're going to get past the 21-day fix, and you're going to be stronger, and we're going to pick your next program, and you're going to get to your goal weight, and we're going to do this. And we want to encourage people to stay in that challenge group, and there we can mold them as coaches and have them join our community. So some of the ideas that we have kind of rolling around for our quarterly groups to mold them is talking a lot more about Shakeology. In my opinion, if a person is not in love with Shakeology, the coaching opportunity isn't going to work that well. I would think everyone would agree with that. It's pretty hard to be a coach and be successful without liking Shakeology. So I feel like to get people to like Shakeology, you have to talk about it a lot. Share videos, share recipes, and talk to them about it. I know for sure when I started, I was so uncomfortable about Shakeology. I had no education about it, except that I liked it, kinda, sorta, some days. Like, I didn't even love it. So you have to do your due diligence and research it a little bit, find out some facts about it, so you have the confidence to talk about it with people. On week 2, I always message everybody and ask them how it's going with Shakeology at the beginning of week 2. So literally like the end of week 1, they've had about 7 days of Shakeology, 7-8 days, because I think it takes that long. In my first message, I always talk to them about how please give it a chance. I did not like it until day 10. In fact, I hated it and threw it to the back of my cupboard for a couple months because no one helped me through it. So you want to help them love it. You have to be confident about it so you can talk about it with them. If you're not confident about it, you're just going to like hope that they like it, and I don't want to talk about it because they're on auto ship and I don't want them to know that they're on auto ship. Like you get so nervous about it. No, be confident about it. So on week 2, I messaged them, okay, so your auto ship's coming because I do not want anyone pissed off at me. I do not want anyone receiving a shipment and then being mad at me because they didn't know. I throw it all out on the line. You're going to have another shipment come in about 12 days. You're going to get an email from Beachbody telling you that the shipment's coming, but I just wanted to tell you that it's, you know, I wanted you to be aware of it. How's it going? I know you didn't like it on day 5. Is it better? Did that recipe help? Did adding almond milk help? Like all that kind of stuff. I've walked through it with them, and now we're having a conversation about it. You might as well have it out in the open so you can actually help them. And it's usually for me just a taste thing because I've filled my challenge group with so much information about Shakeology. Why is maca root good? Why would you want to have, I can't even think it, like chia seeds and all that shit. Like, why would you want to have that? Why would you want to have that every day? Why would you want to have 70 superfoods? I fill my challenge group with that information every single day. And you know how I do it? You know, when you track your Shakeology and your challenge groups, I just add it right in there. I'm like, you know, I had it today for lunch, and guess what I'm having? Maca root, because maca root does da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's so simple to do now with the Challenge Tracker app. You just plug it in when you tell them you've had your Shakeology, just like they're doing in their challenge in the app. They're telling you that they've had theirs, and I just add a little bit of information so they see all the benefits of Shakeology. There's tons of videos on YouTube. Shay Stanford's blog is full of information. Go there and read. Every night, use that as your business development. Go there and get a little bit more confident about Shakeology, because that's what you need to you need to fill your challenge group with coach activities, and that's one of them. Wouldn't it be awesome to have a challenger that turned into a coach and was like a Shakeology lifer and just knew so much about it right off the get-go? She was so confident about it. If you fill your challenge group with that information, they will be. Going back to personal development and filling that in your challenge group, one of the challenges I do now is literally asking people what personal development they're doing. So usually a couple people have taken you up on the offer and they bought Mastering Your Mean Girl and they're reading it. So they'll answer that challenge. They'll say, I'm reading that, and then you'll have all these people underneath. What do you mean personal development? What is that book? So all of a sudden, if you do that as a daily challenge and keep talking about personal development in the challenge group, you're going to have more people start taking part in it. It's all about molding them to be coaches right in the group. So your challenges, drop a selfie. I freaking love it. I feel like I've won the lottery when I'm trying to help them buy the all access package and they're kind of hesitant about the challenge group because they think they're going to have to take selfies and they're going to have to comment. And I always calm them down, like, no, you can just be in the group. You can just take part. Don't worry about it. You don't have to post anything, but I want you in there for the information. And then they post a selfie. And you know why? Because they feel so comfortable in that group. They start feeling the energy in that group. And I had that just happen this week. A lady did not want to be in my challenge group. She wanted the package. She bought the challenge pack. She wanted my support, but she was so private. She didn't want anyone to know she was doing this. So I said, I'm just going to plug you into the group. Don't say a word. No one's going to know you're there. Well, guess who's posting selfies of herself all the time? And she told me it's because the community, it's because the support. She said, how could I not? Everyone else is doing it. And she's feeding off of it. And she signed up as a coach a couple days ago. The transition can be so fast when you start molding your coaches right inside that group. Instead of just talking about your workout and just talking about the nutrition, start adding in all this different stuff. So as I said, on week 2 and 3, you need to be messaging them. Personally, I message all my challengers once a week, if not more. But my norm is once a week, and you want to be commenting on all their stuff. If they're good enough to be posting selfies in there, you want to make sure that you're commenting on them. If they're posting in your group, you want to start planting the seed early. And I mean early. When someone posts a picture for the first time, I'm on them. I message them. I'm like, oh my God, that selfie was awesome. I know that's not easy to do. I'm so proud of you. I just start planting seeds all the time and telling them that because they posted that picture, other people were encouraged. You are encouraging other people in that group, because that's what we do. We are not health and fitness nutritionists. We are not personal trainers. Please do not ever think that's what you are, because you are definitely not. Don't ever put that kind of pressure on yourself. You are not making meal plans. You are not making workouts. You are not supposed to be a professional health and fitness person. You're supposed to be a caring individual.
I just have a question before you go on.
Yeah.
About so when they start posting their selfies in your group and you're talking them up, are you going right to the coaching opportunity, or are you just kind of planting seeds and just talking them up about how they're motivating people, and you're not really like throwing that whole coaching thing at them right away?
No, it depends. Probably not. Like if it's their first selfie, I would just be like, oh my God, that selfie was awesome. I know how hard it is to do that, but you don't even realize how much that inspires everyone else in the group. Done. And then next day, or even the next hour, another selfie comes. And then I do it again. I'm like, loved it. Oh my God. And sometimes in a message with another challenger, they'll say to me, I posted it because Elaine posted it. If she can do it, I can do it. I fire right back to Elaine and say, guess what? Angela posted her selfie because you posted one. I just start planting all those seeds. And it depends on the situation. If there's someone in there that is commenting on everybody's post and literally just like a natural encourager, 100% I tell them, oh my God, you need to be a coach. And I'll always use that. You're going to laugh at me. You're going to think this is crazy, but you need to be a coach. You are coaching. You're helping me so much. Thank you so much. You're helping me in this group. Everyone's encouraged by what you're doing. And they'll come back and say, ha ha, yeah. But then the next time they do it, I say it again. And I always just put emojis, smiley. You don't know how many times I say to people in a message, I know you're sick of hearing it, but I'll never stop I'll never stop asking you, because you're on my dream team. You are totally joining me someday. And I had a girl the other day, she doesn't even like Shakeology. In fact, I think she's allergic to it. But somewhere in the universe, something is going to happen that she's going to be able to be a coach. I just can feel it someday. And I tell her that. I said, it's crazy for me to even ask you to be a coach because you're gluten free and all this shit. She can't take Shakeology. I said, but you've got to be one. You have to be a coach someday. And she's joined the sneak peek. She's done all that. And she just said to me last night, don't stop asking. Please don't stop asking, because someday I probably will. So I'm just not embarrassed about it. It's too good not to share. But you can really do it in a not gross way right in your challenge group. You can inspire people. And if you start molding them right in that environment, they start feeding off of it. So people at the very beginning of your group who maybe you wouldn't even have thought of it will end up by the end being very active. Now, let's go to the people that aren't active at all. You have no clue what's going on behind the scenes there. I have a couple of really great coaches that never participated in my challenge groups. Why did they become a coach? Because I was confident enough to talk to them about Shakeology. And then I offered them the discount. What happened was, in that conversation, I realized they actually wanted to be a coach. You know, they were just really feeling things out. They were more of an introvert. So they weren't necessarily, you know, really open in the challenge group, but they had been doing all of the activities. And to be truthful, that's how I was in one challenge group. I had signed up as a coach, and then Amy popped me into a challenge group. I didn't say a word. I didn't want anything to do with it. But as soon as I ran my own, because I'm sort of a natural leader, that was a more comfortable situation for me. So you never know. If you don't ask, you will never know. I am in the practice now just to ask everybody. Like, there's the odd person that I just wouldn't ask. Like, maybe I don't click with them as well, and I don't necessarily want them on my team. That's one thing. I don't just ask everybody anymore because I want a million people on my team. I want people on my team that like are my soul sisters. Like, I want to get along with these people because I got to spend a lot of time with them. So if we don't click, there's no point, because it's going to be a really turbulent relationship. And I got a couple that it's hard. It's harder because I don't necessarily click. So it's hard for me to support as well as I can with people that I just click really well with. So it's not about like drumming up thousands of coaches, but if you've done your due diligence in finding your challengers and marketing to the right people, you usually, it just happens that you get along with most people really, really well in your challenge groups. But I do ask most people because I'm confident enough to talk about Shakeology. Ask them. That's how I open it up. And then I'll say, we can save you some money, but I don't stop there. And that's what I used to do. I used to just grab these discount coaches just to fill my team up. And I don't stop there now. I always talk about getting your Shakeology paid for. You know, sometimes it's a slow process. Sometimes it's just having them have the discount and then talking to them a little bit. You know, maybe your sister or your best friend want to do this, because if you sell them the all access pass, that's like $70. Sell a couple of those, your Shakeology's paid for. You start just kind of feeding it in. And that's why having them come to our team page, they start seeing that stuff too. Does anybody have any questions about what would happen in a challenge group? Before I go on, I just want to sort of talk about then the process of getting them kind of started once they do sign up. Anybody? All good? Making sense? Everybody's going to be asking everybody now? Okay, so something that I think we do well in Team Fitnique is we have our sneak peek, which is always open. I know talking about the code, once you get mastering asking people, now you're like, oh, fuck, they actually want to know about it now, and I don't know what to say, right? So last year, I probably would have said, well, just send them the Team Beachbody video and hope that they understand it. Now I realize that's not the greatest way to go about it. So we have the sneak peek open where Megan and I have been really, our webinars in there. You can pop them on there. All that information is in there. So they've got all of that. But I will say a one-on-one phone call is always going to be the best. I just really started doing that about 6 months ago. And the quality of coaches that I have got now is just so much better. And they sign up faster because they feel your passion for it. Now, I also realize that as new coaches, that's pretty scary. So if you want your upline or myself to help you with that, we can do that. We can do a phone call. I don't mind doing a phone call with someone else, which 6 months ago I would have sent me. I hated phone calls, but I'm like, I see the value in them. The one-on-one conversation is so important when you're bringing someone on to join the team, because you want to be able to share why you love it, what it's doing for you. So we've always got that sneak peek open. So you can always pop them in there. And that's usually what I do. I tag them in the Team Beachbody video so they can kind of get the basics. But at the very same time, I say, let's chat. Let's just talk on the phone for 5 minutes. And you can literally do it right on Facebook, right in your messenger. You don't have to set up a big appointment and have an hour of your time or anything like that. It can literally be like, hey, why don't we pop on the messenger right now and ask me the questions that you have. Be confident in it. That's the thing, is having confidence that this really is pretty awesome. Even if you haven't made any money yet, why did you join? That's all you have to tell them. Guaranteed, you know more about coaching than they do. Even if you've only been a coach for 1 day, you know more about it than they do. Just share with them that it's keeping you accountable. Be honest about what it is, and they are going to feel your passion. And if you've been feeding them inside your challenge group, they're already going to know a lot about it. They're already going to know about the community. They're already going to know that they feel better being part of this. But know that that sneak peek is open to everybody. Just pop your people in there. And if you're nervous about doing a phone call by yourself, just connect with your upline or connect with me, and we can do it together. Because the system is pretty important. You want to make sure that you have a system, and that's why we've created it for you. Sneak peek, have a little phone call with them, they sign up, and then you get them into our training. It's all right there. The first 30 is so easy. It comes right in their welcome message from Team Beachbody. I generally don't want to talk to a coach until they've done the first 30, because that to me says, now this is someone that has decided they want to be a coach. If it's just someone that is really like, I would like the community part and I just want to do the discount, perfect. I always share with them that they're gonna get this first 30 email. I always tell people, just save it. Don't delete it, because you just never know. Just save it, file it away. I'm gonna add you to my team page because there's so many awesome women in there. We support each other every day. It's just another layer of accountability for you. And put them in there and introduce them. I always introduce them to everyone. And then just keep checking in with them. Keep them in your challenge groups. Mold them even more, because oftentimes, like I said, those are the people that will turn into your working active coaches. Sometimes it doesn't happen right away, but it will, it lots of times does if you've put in the effort with these people. Okay, so does that make sense? Is that helpful? Give you more confidence? Perfect. Any questions? Comments? Megan, do you have anything to add? Darlene? Heidi? Anybody? No? I'm going to unmute everyone. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Okay. No comments or anything? You're good?
No, I think that was like good. I mean, at the end of the day, you just have to start asking. Like,
it's true. No one's going to join if you don't ask.
You're not going to go to start asking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I didn't ask hardly anyone in the beginning, and now I think about all the people that, I kind of missed the boat on. You got to ask, and you just have to build your confidence. Like, you take a piece of paper right now, even if you've only been a coach for like a week. Take a piece of paper and write down the things. Like, why did I sign up? Like, what are you feeling right now? Why did you sign up? Why are you on this call? Like, seriously, it's Saturday morning at 9:45. Why are you here? Write those things down. And that's what you share with them, because that's where you are at right now. You can share all of what I've done and what Darlene's done and Megan's done. You can share all of that, because that's a possibility for everybody on here. But right now, your passion is going to lie in why you're doing this. What is it doing for your life? And that's what you need to share with them now. And don't be embarrassed about it. Feel confident that this is pretty awesome. And they will feel that energy. And that's why a little phone call is so good. Someone I'll shout out is Jen Downey. She did phone calls right from the freaking beginning, even when I wasn't doing them yet. She just does them. And I know that's why she built her team fast. She's like an inch away from being a diamond coach. And it's because she built personal relationships. She wasn't, even though it scared the shit out of her, she got on that phone call and talked. Okay, guys, if nobody has any questions, I will say goodbye.
Look at her.
Bye.
Oh, look at her. Look at her.
Say bye.